Hi everyone, this is Miss Dane and welcome to Physical Education class. This video is about vocabulary relating to football. So sit back, relax, and let's start learning football vocabulary. The first thing we need to understand with this game is that it's called soccer in American English and football in British English, so whichever one is your preference, you can use this. Different nouns like team, you can call it a soccer team or a football team. Or you could say a soccer player or a football player. So let's move on and look at some different words associated with soccer or football. Football is played on a field, or we call a pitch, and the pitch is usually covered in grass, which is kept short. Most football games are played outdoors. With some football games, you may play it on an artificial surface we call AstroTurf. This material can be used sometimes in indoor soccer games. Indoor soccer games usually consist of smaller teams. A team with just 5 players would be called a five-a-side team. Football can also be played in a stadium, which is for much bigger games like an international football game between two different countries. And most football games have 11 players, especially official FIFA games. Let's take some time to understand what position different players can play in. Any football game is comprised of two different teams, which are opposing each other. The first position we will look at is the goalkeeper. The goalkeeper's position is at the goal post, and directly behind the goalkeeper is the net. Let's move on to the first position, which is defender. There is usually 2 or 3 defenders on each football team. Then, next position is the sweeper. When this player has the opportunity, he or she will run all the way up the pitch with a ball to surprise the other team. The next position we will look at is midfielder. This position is called this because you are in the middle of the field. When you are in this position, depending on where you are, you could be a defensive midfielder, a central midfielder, or an attacking midfielder. So as you can see, there are many subcategories for each position. Moving on, the next position we will look at is a forward. These players are offensive players. They play near the opposing team's goalpost. The last position we'll discuss is a striker. This is a player whose job is to score a goal. The striker brings us to the end of our list of positions in soccer. Let's move on and have a look at some more words relating to football. And first we have a soccer ball, which is American English, and next we have football, which is, of course, British English. And of course, you can just use the word ball if you prefer it. Next word describes people who are very enthusiastic about football and in their particular team. These could be called followers, or they could be called supporters, or they could be called simply fans. Next up, we have a person who is very important in any soccer game, the referee. The referee might give you a yellow card if you do something against the rules or act in a bad way. If you do something very serious during football game, you might get a red card, which means the referee will remove you from the game. A referee can also reward a penalty shoot. This gives a player the opportunity to score a goal against the other team. Verbs used in football: to concede or a goal, when a team receives a goal against them. To cross is to pass the ball from one side of the pitch to the opposite side or into the goal area. To dribble is to move the ball along with your feet as you go up the field. To head. To head is to use your head to make the ball go in a certain direction. To kick. To kick is to strike the ball with your foot. To mark. To mark is to guard an opposing player to try and stop them from receiving the ball from their teammate, or to make it difficult for that player to use the ball how they want. To pass. To pass is when the player kicks or heads the ball to another player on their same team. To score or a goal is just simply to get a goal. To shoot. To shoot is when the ball is kicked in the direction of the opponent's goal in an attempt to score a goal. To substitute or to sub. It means to replace one player on the field with another player that was on the bench. To tackle. To tackle is to challenge and try and take the ball from the opposing player. To volley. To volley is to kick a moving ball before it hits the ground. And that's the end of our lesson for today. Keep safe everyone and have a nice day. Bye!